Welcome, my name is Kat, this is my channel Kat Can Sew, and this is episode 19. I am doing a re-record. I originally recorded this on Wednesday, it's now Friday. I'll tell you why slightly later on. I'm on Instagram under Kat Can Sew, and that's about it for me on social media. It's been 3 weeks. I was supposed to be on a cruise for 2 of those weeks, or 10 days. Unfortunately, due to issues, that didn't happen. I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, life. It does mean that I got to go to the Witchy Stitcher sponsored retreat by ElCrossStitch Society, which I will also go into slightly at the end. And I actually didn't get a ton of stitching done. I didn't touch my stitching for about 4 days because, yeah, life. I'm probably calling this one Life Gives You Lemons because that's kind of what the last couple of weeks has been like for me. I worked on 8 projects, including a finish and a new start. So I'm going to jump straight into the stitching this week. So first off is my finish, and I finished Dole Whip. So this is by Happy Sloth. I stitched this on 14 count perforated paper with DMC. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to finish this. I am thinking cutting it out, putting it on some tropical either fabric or like big palm leaves or you know, the big, it's monstrata. I know what I'm talking about. I'll put it on the screen. Like we used, my nan had one. My aunt has that plant now. We had one outside my window when I rented a place. So, but the big leaves on that kind of print. Either that or palm leaves. So, and then frame it. But I'm not 100% sure yet. But it is on paper, so I do want to do something with it because I don't want it to get damaged. But she's all good and finished. And I go to Disneyland tomorrow and I will be getting a Dole Whip float. I will actually be getting a strawberry pineapple swirl Dole Whip float because they are amazing from Tropical Hideaway. And I don't have to remember to do the mobile order. And that's the important part. So next up is Mirabilia. I am barely into her skirt and I am nearly halfway down the pattern. Here is where I was and here is where I am now. As you can see, I am barely into that skirt, and here is like the halfway point, like here is center. So I am nearly there, but I still have 60% of the pattern to do. I actually have closer to 75. I'm at no, sorry, closer to 65. I was 32% done. That doesn't include the backstitch. So I'm nearly finished her hand, so I will go back and backstitch her face and her arms. Because I normally do that. When you see Red Lady Pirate, you'll see I haven't done the backstitch on that yet. I don't know why I didn't. I just think I got distracted and I kept moving it down. But no, we're getting there. She'll probably be a focus piece later in the month. I'm really enjoying working on the skirt. I'm still trying to find my best way of doing the checkerboards, but I'm making it work. So, but I'm loving the colors. That's where I'm at. This is stitched on 28 count Bayeux by Live and Die LA. needle minders are from Black Needle Society. That is from the January 2023 box, and this is from the July 2023 box. Yes, so July 2023, January 2023. I don't know all of the dates on those, but those two I do remember. Next up is Happy Haunts by Good Morning Maui. Here is the pattern. And here is where I was. And here is where I'm at. I'm going to give you a quick view of all of it because I am now working on the last row. So I'll fold it up so I can show you. So I finished this row. I did the groundskeeper, the dog, the tree. I did all of the back stitch in this row. So and then I started on with Jake. Jake is now finished. He is the dog. I was focusing so well. The dog statue, there is a cat on the other end. And I did the last row of the song, which is Grim Grinning Ghosts Come Out to Socialize. I'm still not happy with the spacing on the letters, but I decided I'm not going to go back and finish it. I discovered the pattern isn't actually centered. It is, this row is longer than the rest, but it doesn't, the rest of them don't come in far enough to accommodate for it. So I'm like, you know what? We're leaving it. We're dealing with it. Needle minder is from Kim's Creative Minders. I do have a Haunted Mansion needle minder to put on this, but I don't know where I put it, so hopefully I will find it shortly and I can put it on before the project is finished. I am hoping to have this finished in July. I'm hoping to finish this during Frogworth so I get the points for it because it's big. Fabric is Haunted Mansion by Live and Die LA. And I got, what did I get on that? Like 1,600 stitches. I got a ton done on it. Next up is Anzac by Long Dog Samplers. And here is where I was. And here is where I'm at. It goes this way. So I finished all the tail, the two, I think they're koalas. Started this circle design in here. I'm kind of doing by page, but kind of not. So I have come all the way down on the page here and come all the way across, but you know, I'm running outside. I do really like this thread. This is Silks for You PR 181 that I got as a hank. And I mean, I've only used like 2 6 strands in this so far, maybe 3. Like I haven't done much at all. But I am really loving it. I was hoping to get more of this done this month. I will probably work on this on the 25th. I think I have the 25th off. The 25th being Anzac Day. Fabric is, we have now named this. This was the January floss fabric of the month. It is now called Palomino Gold. And needle minders are from Inchworm Designs and GingerstitchAU. I'm getting better at remembering all of the info. It's only taken me 4 takes on this to remember everything. Next up is Disneyland by NaniDesigns. Again from Etsy. And here is where I was. And here is where I am. And if you do not like hanging threads, guys, look away now because there's a ton on this. And here's where I am. So I think in the last one I said I was going to finish everything my Q-snaps and then move it. Yeah, my brain was like, no, you have to work row by row. So that's what I started doing. So I have finished this, no, I have finished this side for the, like, I'm up to like row 60. And when I say row by row, I mean 10 by 10. And then I'm now working on It's a Small World. This tower here, I'm working on, I'm working on this tower here now. And then I will come back and start the next row. So we have finished Dumbo. Dumbo is 100% done. Big Thunder Mountain is about 60% done. I started Splash Mountain and I started It's a Small World. And then I have the train line and the start of the castle down there. So this is stitched on 40 count Easter Grass by Live and Die LA. Needle minders are from Black Needle Society. That is from the September. That was the fairy tale. I watched a Once Upon a Stitch box. Kim's Creative Minders and Galloways Designs. Galloways Minders on Etsy. Though I just discovered they also have a storefront, and I may have ordered a bunch that will be in my haul, which if I can ever buy stuff from stores, I will over Etsy, because that way they don't get hit with all the Etsy fees. I mean, they're probably still getting Shopify fees, but they're not getting the Etsy fees. So, and Etsy, I've doubled down on their fees. But yeah, I'm now up to like, I got like 1,600 stitches on this done, and I'm now over 5,000. So I still haven't hit 10%. And we're a quarter of the way through the year. Next up, I worked on, this doesn't actually have a name that I know. I think it is literally listed as MK on the pattern. I call this Mickey Head Heroes because I'm also doing the villains. So here is the pattern. Here's where I was. And here is where I am now. So I finished Cusco, finished Bolt, started Rapunzel. Actually, no, Cusco, I may have already started Bolt last time I worked on this. I have basically now finished the entire ear because I finished all of the sparkles down here, and I'm working kind of diagonally on this one. So I'm doing Bolt, then I'll do Rapunzel. I think there's somebody else down here, and then work my way across. I've been kind of tossing up how I want to stitch it, but I use this to get some points for fandom designs this month. So this was last week. So we're getting there. I still am hoping to have this one done by July. This actually may be my other one I tried to finish during Frogwarts. So I have half a year on this one and then half a year on the villains. But with Madness next month, I don't know if that's going to happen. The fabric is 32 count Lugana by BeStitchMe in the colorway BeStitchMe. Needle minders are one I got given at a retreat. I do not know who gave it to me. And Dying for Sass. So, and it just fit, so hence the Mickey Mouse fabric. That is what I'm making the project bag for if I ever get around to sewing it. Would like to sew it before I finish this. May or may not happen. Next up is Red Lady Pirate, also by Mirabilia. And this is my third one. I'm aiming for July finish on. Here is where I was, and here is where I'm at to. So I didn't do a ton on this. I only did 500 stitches. But we're getting there. We're just filling in all of the skirt at the moment. So this is a lot of dense stitching. And then I've got these couple of bits to fill in as well. And then we go back and do the beading. So I've got about 5,000 stitches to go. About 3,500 stitches to go. I still got about 500 stitches left to go for this month. For fandom, I am using this for a prompt that I needed 1,000 stitches on, which was stitch on something with a pirate. She's a red lady pirate. Makes her a pirate to me. So yeah, we're getting there. I have to still come back and do all the back stitch on her. There's a bit of back stitch in the quill. And other than that, I think I've done most of them. I think I did all the back stitch in her hair. This is stitched on 28 count Opal Lugana in Tropic Waters by Live and Die LA. Needle Minder is by Angus Little Needle Minders. And so the last project I worked on is the Monster Bunch. So this is by Witchy Stitcher. This was from the Witchy Stitcher sponsored retreat by the Cross Stitch Society. This is a new start, so no before photo. I actually managed to get about 70 stitches done, about 80 stitches done, plus a bunch of half stitches at the retreat, which I never do. But here we go, working on that top section. So this is stitched on 28 count linen in the color Ritual by Witch's Garden Crafts, which was the supplied floss. I am moving the characters around a little bit, which you will see as I go, but you know, that's what happens when you're when your husband's a fan. So I haven't put the needle minder on it yet. We did give it a needle minder, which is the Cone of Doom from the Witchy Stitcher. I do kind of want to have in the Q stamps before I put it on. We also got a project bag from the Golden Familiars. I'm just trying to flip her logo around with a zip pull. How awesome is this fabric? I think this fabric is amazing. So we got the pattern. I opted for digital because, you know, I was literally there. I literally decided to go the Sunday before the retreat. So I haven't got all the things. I got the t-shirt, which is in the wash, so I'm not going to show that. But it's really cute. Mr. Witchy Stitcher designed the pictures on it. And then we've got some stickers, which is the Witchy Stitcher, the Ghost, DMC 310 code member, which seriously I'm doing some serious projects with Cone of Doom. We got another Witchy Stitcher sticker. And the Leave Me Alone, I'm cross stitching sticker. Sorry, that may go on the back of my laptop. So that was like the cool. There was like an alt thing, but as I said, I was not in her numbers she counted for. But this is the flosses for the pattern, and one of my table mates gave us sorry, I'm trying to get the reflection to not show. Gave us floss drops. So thank you, Amanda. So these were done by Amanda_stitches on Instagram. I actually have a second set because she is awesome. And what else did I get at the retreat? I didn't get a ton of Stitchy Kindness. I kept kind of spacing out and not really being there. I did get from Archeo Whip, so Erica and Kevin, Project Remember All cards. They are really small little writing, but I can write small, so I'm going to try and use these for my new starts because a lot of my project bags don't have what I am working on in them, and don't have all the details, so this might help. And then we also got just a Archeo Whip sticker and Kevin Stitching Arcade sticker, which is really cool. I do not know who did these, but there was somebody who had made a bunch of friendship bracelets. So with like the different Universal monsters on them. I got one that says I love cross stitch in pinks and purples. I am attaching this to my light because I've been having one of those months. And then I got some lip balm by Lucille. So I got the lavender one, which was super handy when I couldn't find my lip balm that I know I packed. I know I packed it. Could I find it? Nope. Stitching, Jess is Stitching, had these really cool zipper pulls with, so she had a series like death moths and things like that, but she also had a series of tarot cards. I got the Wheel of Fortune, and so because you talk to people at retreats, as we have discussed, I'm a Star Wars nerd, a Disney nerd, and it came up that I do cosplay as well, and that I had cosplayed the Tightrope Girl, and I brought up those photos because I do, because I'm really proud of that costume and having gone and seen it and whatever. And Jess was not staying at the hotel, so the following day she brought me in this pin, which is the Tightrope Girl, and it stretches. Well, it stretches. So that is really cool. She's like, I just have this. If you want it, you can have it. So thank you so much, Jess. I can't wait to see her again in November when it is all about all things Disney, which is way more my jam than Witchy Stitch Up, but I'm really glad I went because I got to meet new people and I got to stitch with people, and I actually really dig this pattern. So a lot of the Witchy Stitcher stuff's not my jam, but as I said, my husband is a huge fan of the Universal monsters and all things horror, so it kind of works for us. So the retreat was done by Cross Stitch Society, organized by Shan, Stitching Sorceress. There will be a link to her YouTube down below. And this was Shan's first retreat she ran. It was about 40 people, so it was pretty chill. But we had people from like all over the place. I know there was Seattle, I know there was Wyoming. I know there was Kansas City. I think they were Kansas City. I don't know if they were Missouri or they're Kansas. So it was a really good turnout. Shan does have a second one planned for November, which is the When You Wish Upon a Stitch retreat, which is Disney themed, and there are still spaces, so if that's something that interests you, it is in Anaheim, right by Disneyland. And then there's like a loose, like, if you want to come to Disney with us day on the Sunday. So I will be there Disney bounding. But no, I just really wanted to give props to Shan for the retreat. It was a really great weekend. There was a couple of vendors. There was, you know, a lot of stitching. I kind of flaked most of Friday. I didn't get in until like 5 p.m. But I was there all day Saturday, and it was a really good day. Got to meet new people, got to talk to new people, got to see people that I've met before. So that's why I like retreats. And then I was so I actually sat at a table like with Shan and her mum and Amanda and Shan's wife Amanda and Amanda. So I actually still have some of these left because these are the ones I made for my table mates. So I made zipper pulls that glow in the dark with Universal Monster charms that I pulled off a charm bracelet. So I do still have 4 of those. I have the Mummy, the Wolfman, Dracula, and Igor. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. There will probably be a giveaway. But I'm about 6 weeks from my 1-year anniversary, so not 100% sure yet if that's what I'm going to do. And then for everybody else, they got duckies. So glow in the dark ducks. All of the beads glow in the dark as well. So I've actually got 5 left, but one of them I did not crimp the crimp properly, and it fell apart. So all of the dark colors went pretty quickly, but pretty happy with those. I put those together Friday night, gave them out on Saturday. I missed a few people who weren't there on Sunday. So that is all of my stitching kindness. And then last but not least is my haul. I don't have a ton. I ordered the Ever After Stitch Along kit from Forbidden Fibre Co. And that arrived this week with the frames pattern. And here is my fabric. And it is stunning. So it is like yellow and green and red, which kind of gives the vibes of like the old like movie poster. But yeah, so actually that's showing up fairly well. It's a little greener in person, but that is showing up pretty well. And then after much searching, so the reason I'm refilming this is because I lost my threads. They were in the Mirabilia project bag because I had them on the couch, put them away because I thought they were the real Mirabilia threads. You know, they weren't. And then I was freaking out for the last 2 days trying to find them. So this is the 32 count Belfast. And then this is the threads. I believe these may all be standard threads they use. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't looked on the website. But this color palette is amazing. So there we go. So boysenberry and gilded cage are being used for the frames. So we have 2 skeins of each of those. And then we have Utopia, Courtier, Orchard, Soot, which is a black, Ash, Envy, That is not showing up as great. It's a pretty, that looks more blue, but it's very great green. Indigo, chocolate, paper white. So I'm really looking forward to the pattern. So this is quotes from Ever After, and since that movie is one of, if not my favorite movie, really looking forward to working on that. My favorite quote is, "Of course not, mother, I'm only here for the food," which is said by Jacqueline right at the end of the movie. I know it's not going to be on there because she's basically made the comment that it's mostly Danielle stuff. She had to remove stuff from Marguerite and Leonardo to put more Danielle quotes on there. So, but yeah, that's my favorite quote from that movie. Way back in the days of bulletin boards, that was actually my signature. So, Jacqueline's always been my favorite character. I love her. And last but not least is, as I said, I ordered more. Mine is from Galloways Gallery. Yes, so I ordered these. Sitting in here. Did I notice? No, I did not. These may have been the only two attraction posters that they had left. I do kind of want them all, but I love these two. They're my stitching area. I'm also a huge Space Mountain fan, so hence the Space Mountain and the Space Mountain Fast Pass. And then this was just a giveaway because there was a get 5% off or 15% off or something if you ordered 5. So this is my second batch of 5 I've actually ordered from them, because I can, and comes in this one came in this really cute Winnie the Pooh bag. So I now have a Mickey and Friends bag and a Winnie the Pooh bag. So I have no idea what projects these are going to go on, but they will find homes. I do have a bunch of Tiki Room charts to work on. So that is pretty much everything stitching related. As I said, I didn't go on the cruise. The main reason for the cruise we were going on was for the eclipse, which meant we were here in LA because most of the United States was threatening clouds. And by the time that we knew we weren't going on the cruise, the only places that were kind of listed as not being clouded out was going to be like North New England. I think it might have been Vermont or Hampshire or something, like part of the world I've never been to. And it was going to cost us, you know, over $1,000 each. Plus it was like 3 connecting flights. And we're like, you know what? Not meant to be. We are loosely planning to do Australia in 28, which is 4 years away. But Australia's easy enough for us to do, and it actually gives us a chance to go visit some friends who live a few hours out of Sydney. So what we did instead, we went upstairs, saw as much as we could. Here in LA was only about 48%. And we actually saw it about 10 or 15 minutes after it hit the highest percentage point. So we probably saw it about 45. But then we went to Disney because we could. Because this is what happens when you get a magic key. You can get to go to Disney. So I got another fun photo. I'm really enjoying these photos. I'm trying to get them every time I go in. So at the moment I have been in 3 times. So I've got the first couple of times I actually did a couple of these pictures. So where I think I only got 1 on the last one, and my husband did go with me. He just didn't want to be in the photo. And we kind of just took it as a chill day. I did go on Autopia for the first time in... so I think I went on in 2007. And I don't think I've been on it since. Because I don't love it. It's like bang into the rail. Bang into the rail. Because it has a guide rail down the middle to, you know, keep the kids on track. But, you know, it was fun. It's just not my jam. I did do another Magic Animation Academy. This time I drew Goofy. And I'm going back tomorrow. So hopefully I will have somebody new tomorrow. Or in my next video. It's still a little, like, they're not good. They're not good drawings, but I'm trying. I also finally put my Tiki Room on my back of my notebook. I have a bunch of space, so I need more stickers. But yeah, so like, I have to find the, I have a white balloon and it didn't show up on my white bottle, so I'm going to put that on here as well. But that's about it. Just cruising through. I should be back on in a couple of weeks. Probably not as much stitching. Work's about to start getting crazy for one job, and at the moment we're really busy at the other one. Though my hours are going to increase at my theme park job because I have changed my availability and we're going into summer. So and we have not an event. We have an anniversary this year, so they're starting to push that in the next couple of weeks, so it's going to be nuts. I foresee a lot of hours between now and Halloween. But it is what it is, and honestly it's not that big a deal. So on that note, take care of yourself, find what makes you happy, stitch what makes you happy, find your jam, guys, and have a good night.